Hi guys, can you all hear me? Should be able to hear me, right? Just let me know if you can hear my voice. Yeah, we're good to go. Right, I think it should be okay. How is everybody doing? Casey, thank you. Hi Leonard, how are you? Hi Bruce from New York. Hi Timothy from Canada. Which part of Canada? Hi Casey, Bear, Tucson, Arizona. God, I miss that place so much. Hi Jason. From Iowa. You bought two Harley Bentons because of my demos. You bought a T52 and a T20. Cool. Hi David. Go Gwen. Hi Jason. Oh, that's the same Jason, right? From Iowa. Okay. Hi Scooter. Oh, no worries, man. Take care of yourself. Alright. Okay. Hi Albert. Well, nothing much. Today I'm a bit under the weather. I think it's the after effect of the vaccine. I was kind of surprised that like, I had a second jab like 2 weeks ago. It was okay and on and off. I slept for 48 hours after the second jab, and then I recovered real fast. But I guess somehow, yeah, I don't know. It's either I can contribute the whole thing to the lack of exercise because I stopped cycling for a while. And you know that the human body, we need to perspire to get rid of all the toxins in our bodies. Sweating and perspiring is one way to get rid of the toxins. But I haven't been cycling lately. Maybe that's why I'm like feeling like lethargic, and it feels like I'm coming down with a flu, but I'm not having fever, nothing, and I'm just tired. So I don't know. It just could be the weather because we're having weird weathers in Singapore right now. Thank you, Scooter. So kind of you. How are you doing, brother? You doing okay? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? Hi, David Samperi. Oh, really? Bene. Cloudy weather. I had the Pfizer. Yeah. Right now we have a choice between having the Pfizer or the Moderna. So yeah, my friend had his first jab yesterday was on Moderna. All right. And the thing about Moderna, if you are vaccinated with Moderna, it takes 3 weeks for the second jab. So 3 weeks later, you have the second jab. But for Pfizer, you only take 2 weeks. So, yeah. Scooter, I think you hit it dead on. Yeah, I think I'm just old. Yeah, I woke up kind of funky, there's a whole lot of things to do, but I woke up wanting to do things, but I was waiting for a package to arrive. No, it's not another guitar. It was a hard disk. My work is on the Mac. I'm using a Mac Mini for my work. When it comes to audio, when it comes to video editing, the YouTube channel is all on the Mac. But I have a PC that I use for the rest of my stuff, like gaming and my movies and whatever, administration stuff. And one of my hard disks, I have 3 hard disks in that PC, and one hard disk is giving away, so I ordered myself a new hard disk, a 4 terabyte hard disk. So I was waiting for it to come this whole day, and it took its time to arrive. It arrived around 2, and I was looking for a can of compressed air to kind of like, might as well just clean the PC while I'm at it, while I'm changing the hard disk. So the hard disk finally came, but I just I don't feel like doing anything today. It's just waiting in anticipation for this live stream. So I went out and have dinner with a couple of my friends and had a good time. Yeah. So I'm back. I came back around 10. Yeah. Had a talk with my number 2 friend. Yeah. My second daughter. She brought a friend home a girlfriend, so I had some time, spend some time talking to them both. That's good. Yeah. Did they allow you to choose the vaccine? Yes, they do, Albert. Well, apparently we in Singapore, because Singapore is so small, right? So we have this thing called the community centers, where it's like a community hub for people residing within that area. So there are a couple of community centers. So you can actually choose which community center to go to. If you want to have Moderna, there are a couple of community centers that serve Moderna, and then there are a couple of community centers that serve Pfizer. So you can actually choose which one to have. My wife just registered for her first vaccination, and that will probably be happening next month, like on May. And she told me she wanted the same thing that I had. I said, okay, just go for the same thing. Go for the Pfizer. Scooter. I now own a Seagull. Oh, wow. A mini jumbo acoustic. No, I have not. I've seen a couple of Seagulls before, but I haven't really played on one. So I guess they're pretty good. They're pretty good acoustic guitars. There's so much about them. But did I play on one? I think I did play on one. And you know what, Bear? I played on one in Tucson, Arizona. Rainbow, the music store? Bear, are you familiar with that? And I actually saw a used Seagull there. And I actually tried there. It sounded okay. Yeah. Neck is pretty thick, though. Yeah. Is that the same with your Scooter? So, in any case, we were having this conversation with my second daughter's friend, and she's about the same age as her, about 28, right? And she told me she's getting married next year. I said, oh wow, okay, that's pretty cool. And then she posed me a question. She says, Uncle John, what is your criteria for a son-in-law? And I told her the same thing that I told my first daughter, and that is, as long as he loves you, as long as he truly loves you, there's no criteria at all. I really don't care how much he's earning, but it's good that that person has a job. But I'm more concerned about the way he treats my daughter. So that's one of my criteria. As long as he loves her deeply, faithfully, that's about it. That's what I would wish for my daughter. Yeah. What do you guys think? Hey, Leonard, I bought the what? Another? You just bought another guitar? What's that? What? Art? Chord? Or what? CP1 Strat guitar. I'm so impressed with the quality and sound. What guitar is that? It's a brand called EART. Where you bought it from? You gotta stop buying guitar, Leonard. You have too many guitars. Pass some over. No, I'm not heard of A&D guitars. If you have the chance, which guitar brand you would like to be offered to be endorser? Albert, you're right. You sure? No, some of the Chinese parents they don't think like that. They want it like dowry, how much dowry they can pay. Is the guy in a good job? That's his salary. Stuff like that. But I'm not really into that. I'm into whether he treats my girl properly. That's about it. Coming back to David. I don't know. I actually have no no inclination of endorsing any guitars except for G&L maybe. You know, I love G&L guitars that much. And that's about it, you know. So yeah, the answer will be G&L, David. So EART seems to be an AliExpress guitar brand made in China. Seriously, wow. All right, I'll try to get hold of them. Buzz Lightyear, do you not let your daughter date a musician? Do you? I kind of did. Well, my eldest daughter got married, like, you know, back in 2019 or 2018, and she married a musician, a drummer, like me, a recording engineer and a educator as well as a drummer. So yeah, I love him. I love my son-in-law a lot. You know, his name is Sean. So he's great. He's great. You know, he takes care of my eldest daughters. You know, so I'm just glad that he, yeah, you know, that I can call him my son. It's my second daughter that I'm more kind of like not worried about, like, you know, and I'm just, yeah, I just hope that she'll find her mate soon. You know, it's tough, you know, to be alone. KC, I just got a what? An NK hitless for about 2 months now. It's pretty impressive. Cool. Nice. I did, David. I did attempt to build my dream guitar, and it's a G&L guitar. I was about to. I think I spoke about this a couple of times that I wanted to build my own custom Skyhawk with G&L, you know, before the COVID-19 happened. But well, COVID-19 happened, so I didn't have the funds, so I gave up that plan. I wanted to build a custom Skyhawk, you know. If he loves God, he will love your daughter. Amen to that. Well, you know, we'll see whether he finds a mate, whether she finds a mate. You know, so yeah, she's attending a church right now, and now you know how it is. Seagull makes great guitars. Yeah, cool. So look, guys, I won't be staying too long. I won't be having this normal stream of 2 hours. I'll probably like end like after an hour, you know, because I need to rest, I need to sleep. Like I said, I'm just feeling a bit under the weather, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I got something here. Jeanette from Davis Music sent me this, so I'm looking forward to review this. This is the Mooer GE300. So the latest version was the 250, right? So this is a 300, and I want to give this a try and see how it fares against the Nuex MG30, among other stuff. So, ooh. So what does it have here? What is this? For sale? I don't want to break it open. Oh yeah, okay. All right. So these are the power supply. Wow, heavy duty power supply. Why can't they just have like a power cord, like what they do, you know, with the Helix? Or even for the Nuex, you know, it's like just a simple power adapter and that's about it. Okay, so this is how the unit looks like. So we're doing an unboxing in a live stream, meaning I will not do an unboxing when I'm reviewing this. Oh, shiny piece of equipment. This is how it looks like. Right. I'm not going to turn it on. See what it has here. It has XLR out, which is a good thing. A stereo pair of XLR out, MIDI in and out. That's great. But I'm thinking like there's enough switches here to qualify this as a giggable piece of gear. You have send and return, stereo send and return, 2 expression pedals if you need to connect them, or a 1/4 inch stereo out, headphone out. Everything that you need is here. Aux in for whatever you have. Cool. That's pretty cool. Only thing I don't like is that you know, the wordings here, they are all in white, and with the silver plate, it's kind of hard to see it. Oh wow! And you can actually touch all this, so you can actually activate any of this by just touching it. And I'm sure the screen, whether is it touch screen, I don't know whether the screen is a touch screen. Oh, so you have 2 volume knobs here for the XLR out as well as the 1/4 inch out. That's pretty cool. So you can hook up the XLR to your main house and then the 1/4 inch to your FR on stage if you need to. Interesting. I'm gonna have a good time playing with this. The fact that it has 2 XLR out is, you know, take my money already. All we need to know is how it sounds like. How do I do this? This way? No, this way. This way. Okay. Yeah. Good Lord, this is like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay, let's figure this out. What is this here? Oh, what is this? Alright, okay, grab it. So this is a GE300. Hi Chris, thank you for the coffee. And good morning to you. Why are you not sleeping yet? You're still working? Alright, so many people are here. Right. Okay, so this is a GE300. So for those of you guys who missed it, you might just want to rewatch this live stream. You want to see what is it like. Okay. Hi Dave from Colorado Springs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Leonard, I will check them out. Rob Bex, do you like the Yamaha RevStar 502? Yes, I like the RevStar. I actually prefer the RevStar to the Pacifica. Yeah. Okay, so in case you're wondering what Christopher just did, you can click on the super chat, super sticker. You know, if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you can go ahead and do that. Or better still, or if you want to support this channel, then go for the patrons. You can click any on my videos, and there's a Patreon link, and you can be a patron to support this channel, right? So, all right, Leonard. I think I'll try to contact them. Yeah. David, thank you. I hope I feel better. Yeah, I hope so too. It should be okay. Yeah, all I need is some sleep. Dave, yeah, nice packaging they do. Thank you, Chris. I'm okay, just tired, you know. Fisher and guitar. Oh, welcome. Buzz Lightyear, do you have a good site for wiring up a dual pickup guitar? I got an old Vox S GC33 with electronics. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. No, I don't. If in case you don't know, I'm like a dummy when it comes to electronics. So for all my electronics needs, I go to Wayne. Right. My Logify beast. First time here, I guess. Yeah, welcome. Jonadatus? What was that? Albert, do you know how much Wayne usually charges for his cleaning and derusting? Well, he's got a waiting list, a long waiting list. So you might want to call him up first and check out. Right? So I don't know how much he's charging. So you gotta find out yourself. You got his number? I think I have his number posted on one of the videos about his pickups. You can reach him there. A couple hundred less than the what's that? What you Dave? What you talking about? Okay. I'm getting a Wilkinson roller bridge delivered today. Nice. Nice. I used to play the guitar with a roller bridge. I don't know. Somehow it just didn't click with me. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I somehow right after Floyd Rose came out with the Floyd Rose system, I was hooked onto Floyd Rose, and most of my guitars back then had Floyd Rose, and I was using a lot of Ibanez guitars, and even the made in Japan Fenders that had some sort of a Floyd Rose clone. It was after my Luke one, my Ernie Ball Music Man Luke one, which also has a Floyd Rose. And after that guitar disappeared, I bought a Luke 2, which doesn't have a Floyd Rose, and I never looked back since. And I never bought another guitar with a Floyd Rose system, and never did play on a roller bridge. But I'm sure it'll work for you if you like it, you know. Mooer is a light version. They have larger ones with built-in expression pedals. Is this with the expression pedal? This is without the expression pedal, so you gotta get an expression pedal, right? Yeah. Hi, Jack Collins. Great to see you here. David Zambali. How's your relationship with Mixer Guy when you're playing live? We guitarists have this love-hate approach. I always have a very healthy relationship with the sound people. They may not like me, but I always treat everybody I work with respect, you know, and I know what they had to face. But there are some sound people. I met a couple of them who are just plain useless, and you know, I just couldn't cut it. But there are far in between. Most of the sound, like you know, the monitor engineer or the main house, they are all professionals, you know, because the gigs that I play on are mostly the big gigs, you know, big arenas. So they don't hire guys that just can't cut it. So these guys have been in the market long enough. They're professional. They know what they want, and you know, we treat them with respect. So I know what you're trying to get at, guitarists, but for me, I never had a problem with sound people. Never had. Yeah, because I was an engineer myself, so I understand them completely. So we talk about stuff after the show or after the rehearsal of the sound check. I will always go up to the main house, the front of house engineer. Would ask, "Is everything okay? What do you need me to do? Do you need me to cut down anything? You know, tone a little bit or bring down my volume because it's too loud?" And they always feedback to me like, "Okay, I need you to do this. Okay, then I'll just do it for them." And yeah, it's cool. So as long as I'm happy, they're happy. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. So Chris, always working. Manila is on lockdown and should resume later. So post-production deadlines in the coming is going to be insane. Yeah, I'll bet. You know, Bear, I have the Mooer Black Secret, and compared to my red pedal, it's pretty much the same. Wow, cool. Neat roller bridge with Bixby, in my opinion. Yeah, the Bixby. Yeah. If you are using a Bixby, then yeah, probably the roller bridge will help. There was one guitar that I play on, which I think it's a Gretsch with the Bixby. Yeah, the guitar couldn't stay in tune to save his life, you know, even with a roller bridge. So then there are a couple of Bixby that I played on, which are really nice, like the ones on the Vox. You know, the what you call that? Bobcat. Yeah, those came with a Bixby, but they're pretty good. Yeah. So it depends. Good Lord, excuse me. Well, the thing is, Singapore had a kind of a rise in COVID-19 cases, especially in a hospital, where 16 people were infected in a ward, including one of the doctors and a couple of the nurses. So, yeah, we clamped down on that situation pretty fast. The whole ward was shut down, quarantine, but nobody's in danger because some of the nurses that was infected were vaccinated because they are frontline workers, but they still contacted COVID-19. But the condition is okay, So Singapore is not too bad because we have the facilities to treat those with COVID-19. But it's a bit alarming that we have a rise in cases. So right now the government is like trying to tell us to kind of like limit ourselves to 2 public social gathering a day, and I think that's okay as long as it's not a total lockdown. But I'm suspecting that it would happen if the cases were to rise. So yeah, I'm just hoping it would not. David, I'm getting a GNL Tribute 500 Plek as an experiment. Costs almost half as much as and to get 10. If you're going to get one of your guitars Plek, no. No, I wouldn't waste that money. I mean, some of them may not think that it's a waste to pay that amount of money to get it Plek. But for me, I'd rather have it set up because I know how to do my own simple setup. So I like the Schecters and whatever I have, or the GNLs I have. I set it up to the way that I'm comfortable. So yeah. All right, Scooter, you take care. So I'll set it up myself, and see how it goes. But I wouldn't waste that money on a Plek setup. David, I recently bought a Oripure or Oripure humbucker set. Have you ever heard about? No. There's so many things I haven't heard of. I'm like a greenhorn when it comes to like pickup brands because there's so many brands out there. David, I'm getting a GNL Tribute 500 Plek. Yeah, $250 US. You wanted to get the orange Schecter guitars, the orange Schecter guitar that I have, Bear. Well, go get one. It's not terribly expensive, and you can either choose the single humbucker or the single. So, I prefer the single because I thought that the pickups are really good. Buzz Lightyear, I'm confused. Death are low, cases high, but wasn't that the case with the flu influenza? Something does not. Okay, we can start all that, but I'm not gonna go there. It's you cannot say that because look at India. What's happening in India? The death rate is quite crazy. People are dying in the streets, and COVID-19 is not a joke. So, talk about U.S. itself. 500,000 people have perished because of COVID-19. So whether it feels right or not, it's up to you. Make your own mind up. Hi Timothy from the suburbs of Chicago. Cool. I always wanted to visit Chicago, but never had a chance. We don't get to play gigs in Chicago anyway. Are there any like casinos near around the Chicago area? Any casinos like you have like New Jersey, you have Atlantic City, or I guess in the state of Connecticut you have Mohegan Suns, because Vegas will be Vegas, but are there any like casinos in the area of Chicago? T. Barker. Hello, Jonathan. Greetings from the Netherlands. Wow, cool. And you know, I love your guitar player. Thank you so much, T. Barker. You know, from the Netherlands, Johan Cruyff. That's my favorite footballer. Yeah. Cool. I'm about to start building a neck through 7-string. Whoa! Nashville Telecaster with Floyd Rose. Is that crazy to sell? No. Nothing is too crazy to sell. That's interesting. 7-string Nashville Telecaster. So you have single, single, single. Interesting. You could put a single, single, double humbucker because it's a 7-string, you know. Maybe put on a Fluence pickup. That'd be nice. Spring in Chicago is really beautiful. Yeah. Barrett, John, when will my next international gig be? I don't know, man. It's like, good lord. Well, we tentatively had it like we're tentatively gonna have it at the end of the year. So I'm still not sure about what's happening. There was a talk like last couple of days about having a travel bubble. You know what you mean by a travel bubble? The travel bubble to happen between Singapore and Hong Kong. And there was discussion about this somewhere last year because things were quieting down. And then it happened. The cases in Hong Kong kind of spiked. This time round, it's not Hong Kong. The cases didn't spike in Hong Kong, but us. So we had to cancel that again. It would be great if we had this travel bubble between Singapore and Hong Kong. Then we can actually play some gigs in Hong Kong because our artist, George, is from Hong Kong. And one of the first gigs that we will start to do is in Hong Kong. But we'll see how. We're keeping our fingers crossed that it will happen. Oh, Barcelona, yes. I'm a Barcelona fan. Dave Escobar, do you have any old Chevelle or Jackson Kramer? Oh, I used to love the Chevelles and the Jacksons back in the days, you know. But I never did own one because they were all made in the US. They were pretty expensive. Oh wow, a Cutlass. That's nice. Roasted maple neck. Oh man. Oh yeah, I know. That's nice. Does it have that gun oil, the rub gun oil finish? That'd be really great. With the roasted maple. Oh, that's so good. Albert, actually I don't get the point of having a Floyd Rose on a 7-string. Why? Fanfred. I haven't played on one yet. I was contemplating getting one, but oh man, I hate to get a chill. I hope I'm not coming down with flu. Thank you, Bear. Oh, really, Timothy? Alright. Yeah, so I was thinking of getting one 2 years ago from Harley Benton, but in the end I didn't do it. Yeah. So there are a lot of casinos around Chicago, some in other states close by. Okay. Albert Barca got defeated by Granada in La Liga yesterday. What a shame. I'm a fan, but I don't follow the games as much as I do, say the Tour de France, because I'm more into cycling than football. All right. Jesus Rojas, Rogers Brones. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. John, how can I be a better guitar player? Well, I guess part of being a better musician, not just a guitarist, is to learn how to listen to music. Like I was out with a couple of my friends today, and one of them is a really good sound engineer named Jerry, and he was playing some stuff which was really nice. What Manotix, and this guy is from Ukraine or something like that, and I just love the music that he has. So I think part of it is to kind of listen to music and try to analyze what is going on in the guitar parts. Like for example, if you listen to Wolfpack and you listen to how Corey Wong plays his guitar parts, you might get inspired to do the same thing, and trying out whatever is happening, and trying out yourself. I mean, I'm not just talking about like listening and going, okay, I'm going to do this, but to actually sit down with a guitar and playing along with the tracks, and getting the feel of it. That's what I used to do back in the days when I was young. So I would put on a record because there were still vinyl records then. We're talking about back in 1970s, like 1978, 76, 77, 78. Before I went to the army. I went to the army at 79, I guess. Yeah. I came out, no, sorry, 78. I went to the army in 78, so I'm talking about those period, like 70, back in 78 all the way to 80, 83. And I would like, I love Steve Lukather, so I kind of like went down the rabbit hole, so I went to purchase any album that has Steve Lukather on it, like when he's playing a solo section, when he's playing a session. And they will range from well-known people like Boss Skaggs to unknown artists. But I don't care. I just buy the vinyl and and bring it back and listen. So what I did then, I didn't have like a total. I wasn't playing professionally then. I just loved to play guitar. So I had with me a cheap electric guitar, and I didn't have much gadgets to play with. Maybe just a fuzz or distortion. I had the old Ibanez tube screamer back then, the first tube screamer that they came out with, and I will plug it directly to my hi-fi set. There wasn't even a guitar amp, and you know how it sounds like. It sounds like but I don't care. I just plug it into there, and we have a mic input. Sometimes when you do karaoke or whatever, or singing along, so I plug it into that microphone and kind of like balance the sound with the record where it's playing, and I'll just try to figure out playing the licks that they're doing. So whatever they're playing, like ranging from Hotel California to whatever records that I had, I would just play along. And I guess I'm talking about that question that you just gave me, right? About how to be a better guitarist. A lot of it has to do with imagination. So I was just playing with them, playing with the records and everything, and just kind of imagine that I'm playing with a band. So imagine if I'm playing a song from the Eagles, say for example, "Life in the Fast Lane," if I want to play that lick, and if I can't nail it, and then I'm playing together with the song, I would just imagine that I'm playing together with Joe Walsh and Don Felder. So it's that sort of imagination that kind of inspired me to up my game, so that I will not be playing too many mistakes as the song goes, because I'll be thinking that I'm putting pressure on myself. Okay, so you're with a band, you cannot screw up, everything has to be spot on, and that's how I push myself. And I kind of improved a lot during that period. From after I came out from the army in 80, I was with the first job, and then with my second job, day job. And at that time, I was playing in a part-time band. But this is where I kind of like improve a lot within this 3-year period, because I'll be like pushing myself, and I had this band that I had to rehearse with the songs, and I'll be playing like gigs and stuff, like party gigs, nothing significant, but it's great to play in a band. So I get my experiences from there, and that's where I got my first SG. And so I think part of being a better guitarist is to listen to whatever genre of music that you like or certain groups that you like, and there's nothing wrong with copying or anyone. I copy a whole lot. I copy styles from Lee Ratner, from Steve Lukather, from Dan Huff, Michael Landau, and it's not just the notes that they play, it's the whole attitude when you're hitting a note, you can hear how he hits the note. Like Michael Landau would do certain things that it's just Michael Landau, right? And nobody can copy that. So the little nuances, and not just copying the notes that they play. A lot of players today, young players today, they will copy they will kind of mimic every note that that say Hotel California solo. They'll kind of verbatim wherever they're playing. But it's not just the notes; it's the way the nuances is. The bends, the how long the bend is, stuff like that. So once you kind of get into it, you kind of put it inside as a vocabulary back in the back of your head. And like certain licks, like for example, in Hotel California is one lick, where I think it's from Joe Walsh, where it goes down, 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 and that lick has always been in my mind all these years, because I will once a while I will call them up, and I think you can hear that in some of my videos where I will play that, and that's from Hotel California. So you pick up certain we call them, or you can call them licks, you can call them whatever you're going to call them, but there are certain phrases that you can remember, and you just put that in the back and you just recall them every once in a while. And I hope that answers your question. Yes, it's a long answer, I know, but John, what is your oldest guitar? Oh my good lord. Oldest guitar right now would be my Taylor 510. That would be my oldest guitar. Yeah. I had the Taylor back in 1996, 97. And I still have it here, and I'm still using it. My Taylor 510. Yeah. It's a, what do you call that? A jumbo? Yeah. Not a dreadnought. I mean, it's a dreadnought, but it's a jumbo. It's a concert. What is it? Concert? Oh. But it's my favorite guitar. That's my oldest guitar. Albert, side effect of the vaccine, what a pity. Wow, side effects are side effects, and what they say, if you have side effect means it's good, because your body is kind of indoctrinating itself to fight off the virus. Yeah. On quest, Uncle John, did you sand the neck of your Tokai? No, I did not. Yeah, I just one of the guitars that I never sand. I sanded the back of the CST-24. I sanded the back of my Fender Japan Strat. I sanded the back of the neck of the TE-72, the Harley Benton. Yeah, but not the Tokai 335. HSS, yeah, okay, that's the way to go. Is that Langley component? No, it's a 110. Yeah, it's a small one. Who's my cycling idol? Wow. I have to say Peter Sagan. I think he's one of the greatest cyclists around, Peter Sagan. Yeah. There's another English guy that I like. I forgot his name. I was always rooting for him. I forgot his name, but Peter Sagan has always been, my favorite. Sagan. Okay? Oh, wait. Gotta go. Alright, David. Ciao. No worries. But John, you're lucky not following recent Buckeyes matches. It only makes you upset and angry. I know. Yeah, the passion that goes into football is just sometimes too much. Brian M. Hi Jonathan, how are you? Have another guitar, vintage V100. Really nice. Got a real good deal. This week has been hay fever joy. Oh, really? So you're having allergies? Dave, do you ever get an Ibanez Steve Luke? What? Steve? Ibanez has a Steve... Oh, back in the days. I did. Yes, I actually did. Did I? Or did I got an equivalent of it? But I remember seeing the guitar at night. I think I I managed to get it in the end. I'm not mistaken, I managed to get it in the end, but I kind of sold it off later on. It was a great guitar. Yeah. Yeah, now you remind me. Yeah. Yoshida Yuki. Hi. Hi, Jonathan. Do you have any suggestion for AX8 expression pedal? Normally for wah. Well, a couple of pedals that that is from Mission, Mission. You want to check them out. They are really well made. A lot of them recommend these Missions for the Helix because if you need a second expression pedal for wah, because the Helix has a expression pedal, so they always recommended the Mission. So you might just want to check out the website. Yeah, the Mission pedals are really well made. I say again. Orient Quest PRS released a Joe Watch. Yes, I know. I'm not impressed. Sorry, I saw the ad. You know, I wasn't impressed. Yoshida Yuki, the best value. Best value. Then you have to kind of look around because as long as it's an expression pedal, you can use it. There are a couple of expression pedals from Yamaha. I think Dunlop has a couple of them. So, yeah. But if I were to get an expression pedal for a gig, if I need another additional, I'll probably get a Mission. Yeah, because it's roadworthy. Although it weighs a little bit more. You know. Hi Esther, how are you? Okay, it's not so late. It's like 12:50, so it's okay. So what's a young girl like you doing up so late? Orion, which song best amplifies Michael Landau's style? Oh, that's easy. The song called She's Mine. Have you heard that? She's Mine by Steve Perry. Check out Steve Perry's solo album, the first solo album where you have Oh Sherry, the hit song. But in that album there's a song called She's Mine, and there's a Michael Landau solo in it, which is like and then towards the end there's this extended solo that he did, and I used to copy that solo. It was so good, you know. It's easy, it's like hard to play, not a shredding kind of solo, but the amount of feel that was in it. The other favorite solos that I like from Michael Landau are same song but two different artists. How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? Right, so the first version was from Michael Bolton, which Michael Landau played. Or rather, the first version wasn't from Michael Bolton, it was from Laura Branigan. Right? The late Laura Branigan. She has a version, and that was Michael Landau on the solo, on the guitar solo. And then came Michael Bolton with the same guitarist on the solo, but different solos. And I love both of them. So that's Michael Landau for you. Yoshida Yuki, Ernie Ball Jr.? Yeah, okay. Ernie Ball does some nice pedals too. Yeah, you might want to check them out. Mark Orlinen. Hi, Uncle John. Hi. So cute. You guys are calling me Uncle John. Gerald, hey John, how long were you playing gigs before turning pro? In your opinion, is it easier to go pro in the past or not? Oh, back in the past. Somehow, you know, at certain times I would just think to myself, you know, I should be born like 10 years earlier, like back in the 50s. You know, that would be a heyday for me, you know. And knowing what I'm gonna do, like playing guitar for a living, I would probably strike it rich. I probably would not stay in Singapore. I'll probably be somewhere else. But you know, I don't think thinking about that really helps. I'm just happy that God has given me this opportunity to play music in my lifetime and to reach out to people and to meet so many wonderful people and so many wonderful musicians that I'm just contented. Like what Paul says in the Bible, be contented, and I try to be contented, and I am contented. So back in the days, we were talking about back in the 70s or back in the 80s, it was easier to go pro because there was a vibrant club life. You know, people are not saturated with Netflix, YouTube, you know, HBO and stuff like that. You know, the TV programs were mundane to say the least. In Singapore, right? Not in the States. But then back in the States, you know, I think the club life was better back in the 80s. Yeah, wonderful bands back then, you know, and it was easier for us to go pro because there were a lot of clubs and they need good musicians. So if you have if you can cut it, if you can play well and sing well and perform well, then you're never short of work. There's another guy here, Comforter Spirit Leonard. He came out with me around the same time, so he can testify to that. The club life was better back then, and then things changed. You have MTV, and then you have 24 hours music. People are not starved of entertainment. And then came the streaming networks, HBO and whatever you have, and then Netflix, and then the social media stuff, and people are like more occupied with like looking at their handphones than like, hey, let's go to a club and check out this band. Nobody says that anymore, right? And they would back then people would just kind of like, I like this band a lot, and I would just kind of be a fan and follow wherever they go. We had that last time back in the 80s, so it was easier. Times of this was a different era. Yeah. Mark Arlen, I saw one of your videos from around 6 months ago. There was a Schecter Banshee Mark 6 ever tuned. Whatever happened to it? Did I do a because I didn't buy it. Yeah, if you notice my videos, if you see an NGD, and that means that I bought the guitar in the end. Like I always stated, I had this nasty habit of looking back on my past videos that I've done reviews for, and that's how I bought all my stuff that I bought, like the G&L Comanche, the ASAT, Blues Boy, which is the first example of how dangerous it is to look back at my own videos, because I actually reviewed a Blues Boy and I passed it back to City Music, but after watching the videos and why did I let it go, and went to buy it, wanted to approach City Music with the intention of buying it, but it was sold out. But thank God it came in with another color, which is a better color for me in my opinion, and I bought that one. Never regret it. It's still one of my favorite guitars. Same thing happened to the the Schecters, the Jack Fowler, as well as the Nick Johnston. Nick Johnston is a perfect example, another perfect example, because I reviewed it during the Christmas period last year, and I gave it back to David's Music, and again, I look back at the videos and why did I let that one go? So I went back and bought a guitar. Jack Fowler was a straight, this is a guitar that I need to have. So Jack Fowler was kind of clear cut that this is a guitar that I wanted. So the Schecter Banshee I wasn't really into it. So, and I didn't like the Evertune. Just certain things you can click, certain things you can't click, but I just didn't like the whole idea about the Evertune. So you went back to the shop. Orion Quest, yes. Oh, baby, baba. Yeah, all right, Orion, you get around. I love Laura Bernigan. Esther, up late to send my greetings and be part of tonight's live stream. Awesome, Esther. Did Michael Landau play the solo? No, he did not. The one who what's this guy's name? What? I just got it in my mind. L something? You're the Cat. Who's the singer for You're the Cat? Al Stewart, yeah. Al Stewart is a fantastic guitarist. So he played a solo on Year the Cat. He did the line-on part as well as the electric guitar part. Ian, how are you, mate? Miss you, brother. Orion Quest, you rock a million faces, Uncle John. But there are plenty of times that I wish I can attend some concerts and feel more back. Oh yeah, those were the good old days. Ian, I'm okay. I'm just under the weather, as I told the rest of the guys here. think I caught a chill. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sneezing a little bit, feeling a bit lethargic, and other than that, everything's okay. Comforted spirit, we had Leonard, we had groupies that followed their favorite bands in the 70s and 80s in Singapore. Yeah. Oh yes, Albert, groupies happen in Singapore. Thank you, Esther. I was a groupie myself before I turned pro, because there's this band that I really like. And it's called Western Union Band, a local band. But they made it big. They had a chart in the States for the song Sausalito. Once upon a time. I remember the lyrics. I was in New York City. Yeah, so that song went out to a chart in Billboard of all, and it's a Singapore band. And I would follow them wherever they go. So I would just go to the clubs where they're playing, and I would love it. I would just spend, and I'm not even friends with them, even though the drummer and the bassist were brothers of a good friend of mine. But I would just like admire the band and yeah, just like the whole band vibe thing. And when I turned pro, my first gig was with the bassist of that group. Yeah, because he led the band, he formed a band by himself. So I went to play with him, and that's how I started playing professionally. Yeah. Oh no, you lost your voice, Ian. Nasty sinus infection. So the world has been saved from my sin. No. Hope they don't come down with it too badly. I think. Well, I'll be praying for you later on when we'll have a little bit of prayer. And yeah, I'll be praying for you. Groupie. Yes, you're right. And in the UK, groupie has a different meaning to it. That's because of the rock and roll era, you know. Leonard Al Stewart was, so he's a guitarist too. Al Stewart was a good guitarist, you know. And I'm not mistaken, the album was produced by Alan Parsons. Yeah, he was the engineer for the album. Al Stewart was a fantastic guitar player, you know. I always like your singing, Ian. Yeah, I know. I really do like your singing. You had that old 70s feel, which I really dig, you know. And I'm not saying you're old, but you know, I just like the vibe, you know. It's nice. Are you cooking dinner tonight, Ian? And if you are, what are you cooking? I'm going to show you what I have for dinner tonight, which is pretty interesting. Okay, this is what I have for dinner tonight. I had congee, you know, and well, this thing here, this is like a patty with prawns, you know, inside, and it's really nice. It's like deep fried, you know. These are congee, like, you know, porridge. Seafood porridge. You have scallops and prawns and abalone, and these are like garlic, fried garlic. So this whole thing costs about $7 Singapore dollars, right? And well, not all this, but like a serving of three of these patties, 3 or 4 of these patties, These are all additional orders. So this congee, this whole bowl costs about $7, and I thought it was a pretty good value. Yeah. So I was with my friends. Yeah. So this guy is Jerry. So he's a great great engineer. Yeah, great mix engineer. There's Thomas, who I think you might see in some of my videos. He plays bass, and that's Bobby, a good keyboard player. Yeah. Ian, I love groupies. Rub shoulders. Nice cup of tea. Lovely girls. Steve Wildheart, have you played a Strandberg yet? If so, what do you think? No, I have not. I'm waiting. I see some of the Strandberg guitars that are pretty interesting because I like the body shape. Yeah, it's not like the normal hitless guitar kind of shape, but it's the nice Strandbergs. Yeah, they're nice. But I'm guessing they're quite expensive. So, Ian, I am, but it's junk food Friday. Garlic and mozzarella. Ooh, mozzarella. Grill, hash brown, scrambled egg. Oh, nice. Yummy. I love beans. I love baked beans. You know, they have some of the baked beans with bacon. Bacon and baked beans those are nice. But you know what? I'm still looking for my can of Irish stew. I couldn't find it. You know, I couldn't find it in Singapore. Nobody's selling cans of. They used to have. I think I mentioned this before. Tom Piper, right? Tom Piper Irish stew, and that is in Australia. This are from Australia. And for a while, Dinty Moore came out with. They call it beef stew. You know, I thought that was pretty good, but they discontinued that. I don't know what happened, but you know, I'm missing all those. Orient Quest, what's your favorite recorded acoustic tone? Do you know what? I think if you listen to the old recordings of Eagles, back when Glenn Jones was producing the first album, Eagles, in London, if I'm not mistaken, I thought the acoustic guitar that was in that album was really nice. And subsequently, Eagles always have very nice acoustic guitar tones, like ranging from, say, Hotel California is one of them, New Kid in Town, where you had this nice strumming, or even to the earlier albums where there are a couple of songs that Bernie Leadon played. Like, you know, if you listen to the Desperado album, which is my favorite album so far, because I really love the whole concept of the album, and really nice songs like Saturday Night, you know, Desperado itself, and Outlaw Man, and whatever you have, the Dueling Daltons, you know, those are really well recorded acoustic guitars, in my opinion. I thought those were really nice, and even after the fact, like during Hotel California, where you have this song from Joe Walsh, Pretty Mates All in a Row, yeah. Was that with an acoustic guitar, or was that with just a piano? But you know, certain songs, like there's one song by Reddy Minster called I was a nice acoustic guitar with 12 strings and all that. I thought they were really well recorded. And those were recorded by Al Smith, who just recently passed away. Yeah, great engineer, you know. Orient Quest, Irish stew sounds interesting. Yes, I love Irish stew. But in fact, Eagles don't love Glenn Jones. Well, yes, they find it hard to work with them. He found it hard to work with them, and vice versa. But I thought it was a great engineered album. You know. That's right. After that, they got to work with Al Smith, and what's the other guy called? Forgot his name. Yeah. But later on, they kind of took over the production themselves. They became their own producers. So I guess the primary producers were Grant Frey and Don Henley. But I thought the recorded guitar, acoustic guitar tool is really good. They nailed it for Eagles. Yeah. The other acoustic guitar tone that I really liked was from the group Bread. David Gates, even the solo albums for David Gates, I thought they were really well recorded. You know, to tell frankly, the first time I hear a really well recorded guitar tone was from the group Bread, which is from the song "Everything I Own." You know, I did a cover of that, but back then I was in my secondary school. I was like 16 or 15, and I heard the song. I go like, "Wow, you know, it's such a nice song." A great song to play the campfire and to impress the girls. You know, I was from an all boys school, so you know, no interaction with the female sex. So so anyway, it was a great song, and the guitar tone was what kind of inspired me to play guitar. And of course, there's another song called "I'm Your Captain" by Grand Funk Railroad. You guys remember this song? Everybody, listen to me. You know the song. So you had that nice acoustic guitar strumming, and that was nice. I'm hitting down memory lane a whole lot. So probably some of the groups I'm mentioning, you guys probably would not know. Grand Funk Railroad is one of the first rock group, American rock group that kind of like captured my heart with the essence of rock, and that is the "We Are American Band." If you check it out, Grand Funk Railroad, go and check out that song, "We Are American Band," and I just love the opening, you know, where the cowbell, and then you can never have too much cowbell. Anyway, like the opening has cowbell and this whole drum riff, and then the guitar comes in. Oh man, that was to me the essence of rock. You know, first time I heard a rock song, and that was "We Are American Band," and subsequently after that we heard groups like Uriah Heep. And also you guys were like, what? Yeah, Lady in Black, you know, in case you guys are wondering, the song. And also acoustic guitar in that, yeah. And then you have groups like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and the rest, Bad Company, Wishing Well from the group Free, All Right Now. And those are like major influence in my musical walk. But We're American Band, yeah, that's the one that captured my heart. Hi, Vault Dweller. Hi. Thank you. Ian, Eagles lead guitar always pumps my musical blood. Do you have any advice for when lead guitar lines start to get still and repetitive? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I mean, I get it all the time. Like, you know, sometimes I repeat myself. You know, I repeat myself in my session work. Sometimes I will be going for a session, and then the next week I'll be doing this, you know, another session. And then when, you know, back then when you complete a project, you know, they would release the album and they will pass you a complimentary copy, and then they will be signed by the artist. Thank you, Jonathan, for your work, and you will get that. And sometimes I will listen back. I'm like, dude, you know, why is the solo about the same as the one that I just did a session for last week? And sometimes you repeat yourself, not the whole solo, but there's certain phrases of the solo. So it's unavoidable that you would tend to repeat yourself. And like I was saying earlier about how you practice and how you kind of copy certain licks from your favorite artists, and you store it in the back of your mind. So sometimes you call them out a bit too often, and that's where you start to repeat yourself. And if you listen closely to Steve Lukather or to any of the guitarists, they are repeating themselves too. Not as often because they have a whole range of vocabulary, but they still do repeat themselves. So you can hear like little nuances of what they've done in the past, and they're repeating themselves. So there's nothing to avoid. One way to avoid it is to play a lick that you usually play, but play it differently. That's what I do nowadays. So I might do the same lick, which I call from memory, but I'll try to rephrase it, you know, So instead of bending up, I'll bend from up down, or I bend over bend, or stuff like that. Or instead of doing like semitone, I'll do a full tone, but with a different note, and do that phrasing, the same phrasing that I always do, but with different notes. So it's a conscious effort to kind of change it, you know. Hey David, how are you, David? How are you doing? Orange Quest, wow. So you're not that old, or you're not that young, Orange. You know about all right now. Maybe my taste is a bit my generation. Nah, great music is great music, you know. Yeah. Leonard, you know Grand Funk. I'm too old. Dude, we're about the same age. But I listen, okay, Albert, I listen to contemporary stuff too. Yeah, I mean, you have to listen to all sorts of music. I love all this, but yet I listen to like, remember this group called, well, not a group, James Last Orchestra. Yeah, and they will play like covers of popular songs, but in a orchestral format where they have live strings and beautiful arrangements. So I would listen to that too, and my dad used to love orchestral music, so I was raised on some of these nice string sections, you know, and beautiful music from the 50s, like Sinatra, you know, and what's that guy called? Nat King Cole, you know. I always loved Nat King Cole, you know. Ian, thanks, John. I always hear my own stuff, and it drives me into distraction. It happens. Yeah, Ian, don't knock yourself too hard over it. Like I said, you know, make a conscious effort to change it a little bit, and yeah, you'll be fine. Hanover Green, greetings. Yes, greetings to you. So you're from Germany, I presume. Albert, I know Grand Funk, and I'm 21. No way, you're 21. You got an old soul if you know about what happened to Eagles. Do you have an old soul like Wayne? Wayne has an old soul. Oh my God, James Last, Kenny G. Nah, not Kenny G. Kenny G is like, you know, James Last is different. James Last is more European than anything. So yeah, I'm sure Germans would know about James Last. Montovani strings, I love them. I love Montovani strings. Yeah. So, there is a post that I did recently, or whether a review of the X Sonic. Do you know the X Sonic? So what do you guys think about it? This one. So I did the review. What do you guys think about it? I thought it's pretty interesting to have a sort of a rig where I don't have to carry a whole lot of stuff. Just my guitar, this small little piece of a floor switcher, and then the iPad. And I just found out that you can actually have it. You can actually have the bias effect running in the background, so you can kind of like use the iPad at the same time to read your charts and have it operating in the background. So that's pretty neat, I thought. Yeah. And I'm sure some of them have been, some of you guys, I'm sure some of my subscribers have used this in the live gigs before. But I'm just wondering how dependable this is for a big show. Whether, you know, is it really dependable, you know. But then again, if this breaks down, so does a laptop. Or in any case, if you even go that far, even your multi effects like the Helix or whatever you're using, a GE, you know, a Mooer or a NUX or whatever, it might still break down. You know, what are your thoughts? Ian, I grew up on CBSO, City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, and Rachmaninoff. Oh my good lord, piano concerto in C changed my life. Cool. Rock is great. I love his All Night Virgil. I didn't have the privilege to hear all this. Yeah, Singapore we're kind of limited in all this kind of like stuff, musical stuff, because yeah, we're pretty sheltered in many ways back in the 70s and 80s. Hi, Gwenta. You set the alarm for tomorrow. Well, you're not too late. You just about an hour, 15 minutes late. Brian Janis is the best interpreter for Reg Third Piano Concerto in my. Oh my good lord, you guys are going deep. You know? Have you guys heard of this group called Pablo Cruz? Will you, I want you. Used to like Pablo Cruz a lot. I used to play a number of his songs, a number of their songs, and there's one particular song that I really like because of the guitar solo. And I'm gonna find out who's the guitarist right now for you. Is this part of the game? Part of the game is also a very good album, but this is not it. It's another album. Just this. Alright, hands. Reflector. No, I can't find it. The song is called "Will You, Won't You," right? And the guitar solo. Let me just check guitar solo. If you guys want to, you can check out this song. It's called "Will You, Won't You" from Pablo Cruz, and check out the guitar solo. One of the best guitar solo I ever heard, bar none. Yeah. Ah, do you have the? I'm looking at a guitarist. Who's the guitar player? No, doesn't tell you here. No, it doesn't tell me. Is the name Carlo Rios or something like that? That's a guitarist name. Okay, so I can't remember the guitarist that played on that song, but check out the song "Will You" or "Will You, Won't You." "Will You, Won't You." So I'm gonna type it down. Take a listen. Will you, won't you, by Pablo Cruz, and I think it's available in YouTube even now. You can just check it out. Listen to the solo. The solo is so good. All right, where were we? Okay. David, I like the X-Tone. Seems it's inexpensive, small, and works with my iPad. Yeah, I was kind of like, impressed by the sound quality because of the digital to audio conversion. So the fact that it's coming out from quarter-inch stereo. There's but I thought it would be better if it has a stereo XLR out. That would be nice. Najam Khan, I see you review a lot of Tom Mann stuff. Do you have anything on the amps from them? No, I do not. Albert, okay, nobody can play the intro at that movement or Rogers Fluids. Orion, the X-Tone looks handy. Yeah, it is, Also, Najam, I know you modify them, but would you ever make a video on a whole modification done on a guitar from start to finish? No, I will not do that because modification for me is not a sort of a necessity unless there is a need for it. And most of the time, the realization that you need to mod comes after a period of playing. Like for example, the mods that I do for my Nick Johnston Schecter, this comes the modification that I did, which consists of the Vega trem as well as the ratio tuners, came after a period of playing on a guitar and finding out, okay, this guitar lacks this, and it has certain problems, so I had to rectify that problem because I love the guitar, and that will take time. So there's no such thing as buying a guitar just for the mod. I don't do that. Thank you, David, for the coffee. Vox Guitar Rocks. I love Paganini's Fifth Caprice where Jason Becker plays it. Ian, how will you compare the X-Tone to things like Hit Rush or the Neuro? Oh wow, different league. It's a different league. The thing about I didn't I didn't expect too much from the Bias app on the iPad because I believe back then we would have the audio coming out from the iPad through the Lightning port, and I don't know how people hooked up the iPad before this X-Tone came about. I'm sure there are other stuff and other gears before X-Tone. And I know Guitar Rig has a sort of connector for you to hook up to a mono out, But this X-Tone has nice, like I said, a nice digital to audio conversion up to 192 kilohertz. Yeah, and with a pair of stereos out, So I thought that was pretty nice. And when I heard the X-Bias amps, I was kind of wow, they actually sound good. But then I as I play on it more, I found out there was a whole lot of digital compression going on. So it's not as like on the Helix, or even on the New X, or any of the other multi effects that I've used. There's not enough headroom. It's kind of squashed. So you can hear it, especially on the higher gain models, and even on like clean amps. You can actually feel the digital compression, and it's a matter of your personal taste. Whether are you agreeable to it? If you're agreeable to it, then you can live with it fine. But if that kind of irks you and kind of like makes you a bit uncomfortable, then fine, and just stick to whatever you've been using. But I thought, for convenience sake, you don't get nothing for free. There must be something that you lose out. But the fact remains that the whole concept is viable, because right now the new iPad Pro has the new M1 chip in it. So I guess with innovation in the coming years, you might get better quality from apps like the bias effects or the bias amps or whatever. There are a couple of apps that comes up really nice amp simulation. And I believe as the technology improves, you might get better sound quality. But until then, if you're gonna take a AB, you're gonna AB, say for example, the Helix or the Neural DSP with whatever is happening right now, you're gonna lose out. No, the X-Tone got nothing to do with this. The X-Tone Pro has 192, like I said, 192 kilohertz frequency. So I think it's even more than that. You have let me check out the specs again. Why is everything so slow? Okay, hold on. Right, it has 192 kilohertz, right? Ultra HD, but it doesn't tell you the bit rate. It's 990. Yeah, it doesn't tell you the bit rate. So no. But in any case, I thought that the sound I'm hearing is pretty good. Studio quality. Like I said, you can actually hear the digital compression. And that's about it. Night. What is my favorite Harley Benton under 200? Oh no, man. I don't have a favorite Harley Benton under $200. Sorry. Brian Boyd, thanks to your great reviews, I just pulled a trigger and ordered my first Maestro guitar. Cool. You might want to put a note there when you're ordering your guitars from Maestro or from North American Guitars. If you're in North America, then you're probably getting it from North American Guitars. Yeah. Which model are you getting, Brian? I'm gonna give you the link to the song. Let me see now. And then you can check out the song. Alright, it's gonna be below. So check out this link that I just sent. That's a song, Will You or Won't You, from Pablo Cruz, and check out the guitar parts. If you're if you love guitars, guitar playing, there's something to listen to. Oh, you got the singer. Okay, that's great. That's a great guitar. Timothy get the 世界. I know. I have no idea how to get hold of them, so I'm just gonna see how. Ryan, similar to Brian, I just got my first electric guitar after a couple of years of reviews. ASAT, cool, special tribute, amazing quality for his price. Alright, so you got a tribute. Yeah, okay. It's good. It's good. Happy for you, Ryan. Hi, Silent. Ian, are you still here, or have you started cooking your dinner? Ian? Mr. Luckett, are you still here, or have you gone on cooking your dinner for your family? All right, Timothy, that would be nice. That's nice. You have won a manager's email from China. Ryan, Jonathan, have you ever done major projects on a guitar, like refret or refit? Yes, I did. Not refinishing, but refretting. Yeah, I did refretting on my old Feather Japan many years ago. Yeah. Are you here, Ian? Okay, good. I'm just going to say a short prayer for you before you start cooking, and then you're going to miss out the whole thing. So you might know Ian has lost his voice a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to pray for him. And if you guys have any prayer requests, let me know. And we'll pray together. And I thank you, Jesus, for Ian. I thank you, Lord, for his encouraging spirit, his wonderful demeanor, even on social media where I don't get to see him face to face. But Lord, there's a beautiful spirit about him. And I just thank you for this brother. I pray that, Lord, that you watch over him and help him to recover from a sore throat, that he has lost his voice. Lord, I just pray that he regain his voice back and stronger than before. Watch over him and his health, Lord. I pray for a complete protection around him and his family. So thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. What's that? Orion. This is a old. It's cute, right? This is like, I don't know where I got this from. Nice Stratocaster, like a tobacco brown. Yeah. Even has a tremolo on there. Wait, I get mistaken. After a while, I kind of lose touch with everyone. Wait, so Francis, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. You're Francis, right? Pedal room. You're Francis. The other guy is Todd. Yeah, so I was right, Francis. Welcome. You guys got anything to ask me before I call it night? Like I said, I'm going to try to end this stream a little bit earlier than usual. You know. Fernando, hola. Wait, Portuguese is different. How do you say it? How do you say hi in Portuguese? You're in Portugal. These are the places that I really want to go, like Portugal, Spain, Sweden, Netherlands. Mostly to cycle there. Like I would love to cycle in Netherlands because, yeah, it'd be nice to do a bicycle tour around the country. But to go to Portugal is where it's always been my dream to head on to Portugal or to Spain. Yeah, Real Madrid. What's that? Fantastic cathedral in Spain. What's that cathedral that's real famous? I forgot the name for it. Anyway, Francis, I'm not. I'm a little bit under the weather. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of like tired. I think I call it chill. So but I'm okay. Basically, I'm okay. Ah, you're from Netherlands. Do you cycle there? Night? Do you cycle in the Netherlands? Oh, Germany. Yes, Germany has nice places too. I believe. Going to, yeah. David, I just set up an old Stratocaster with 1168s. Ooh, cool. But I think you have to kind of like bring up the action a little bit if you want to do it on slide. Yes, La Sagrada Familia. I kept on remembering that line from Alan Parsons' project. La Sagrada Familia. He had a song. He wrote a song about this cathedral. That's one place I want to go. Hola, yes, Fernando. Yes, hola. Liam Quigley, I've been to both. I would say Portugal is my preference. Yeah. There's a whole lot of nice places in Portugal that captures your imagination, especially in those near the sea. But Spain is just not a place. You have nice scenery in Spain too, especially some of the islands in Spain. La Sagrada Familia. Baba Kita. Yes, I did. Yeah. A lot. Okay, night. So you cycle a lot over there. But I think it's kind of hectic around town in Netherlands because everybody's cycling, right? So I think it gets kind of a bit congested because I saw some videos about cycling in the Netherlands. So it can get pretty hectic, I guess. Whoa. Ryan, do you have any guidelines, timeline for when to swap to new strings? I keep hearing people mention when strings are dead, they need to be swapped, that they are just old, not necessarily dirty. Timothy, no, I have not tried a new Spark amp. So in returning to you, Ryan, alright, so we're talking about two scenarios. Like in acoustic guitars, you kind of know when to change it because if your strings are old, the guitar responds differently, and you can start to hear there's a whole lot of loss in high frequencies, and that's about time when you need to change. Also, your tuning will start to run when you are playing too old strings, too old set of strings. Your tuning will start to go wonky, and doesn't stay in tune properly, and your intonation will run, and that's for the electric guitar too. For electric guitar, I usually change strings when I see like a little bit of the black stuff like on the string itself, and sometimes you lose a bit of shine, especially the G or the B or those that are unwound, and you can see that black dark colors stretches of it, and I knew that this is about time. I need to change the strings. Again, same thing. Your intonation will start to run as your string age, but strings can normally hang on for a period of time, and you don't have to necessarily change the strings after you see after you spotted like black patches. You can it's still playable until it gets a little bit worrisome in terms of intonation, because if you have a guitar well intonated, you will know the difference, and that's the time when you need to change the strings. Night, we are biking lanes which are mostly separate from, I know about that, but it's like there's a whole bunch of bikes, so it gets pretty hairy, because some of them are really fast riders, some are old, some are slow. I saw a lot of videos about Netherlands and how y'all commute to work and go everywhere with a bike. I find it extremely interesting. But I put a set of Elixir, then you can carefree for a couple of months. Yeah, but you sacrifice in terms of tone, because Elixirs tend to sound very different from, say, especially on an acoustic guitar. You can actually tell a difference. On electric, maybe not so much, but on acoustic, unless you have the new ones, or they have a new set of Elixir that are pretty good. I think I have some here, if I'm mistaken. Do I have it here? I've got to search for it. Oh, okay. I won Francis a better room. I can't do stuff like that anymore. Yeah, I know what, Ian. I think it'd be good to have a little bit of rest for your throat. If you lost your voice, then you should just don't talk. Sign. Albert, early ball strings on my guitar lose the silver gloss and then get black within 3 days. That's either because you have sweaty palms, sweaty hands. Yeah, so that might be an issue there. I read Stanley Jordan will clean strings with aftershave. Really? That's creep. I don't know whether it works. Which aftershave? Old Spice? Y'all remember Old Spice? How many of you remember Old Spice? Night in Amsterdam, yeah, it's quite busy. Yes. That's why I figured, it'd be quite hairy. But I would love to cycle in Amsterdam, or rather in Netherlands, in the countryside. See some windmills along the way. That'll be nice. Yeah. One of my dream places to visit. And David, you were saying that you had relatives at the south of Italy. Which part of Italy? Which part of southern Italy? Your wife had relatives there, right? Alright, I used a cyclic what is that? The front one. They used to have I had the back one. I forgot the name. My memory is failing me. Short-term memory loss. Okay, I'm gonna get the models for you. Okay, I have a Fly 6 at the back. And then for the front, I have the Fly 12. Yeah. So the front is a Fly 12. The back is a Fly 6. Yeah. This one's cyclic. My dad wore Old Spice. So, yeah, we used to love Old Spice back then. Yeah, but not anymore. There's another aftershave lotion that we used to love a lot. I forgot what is it called, but it's from Japan, I'm mistaken, and a very distinct scent to it. And I first noticed that from a girlfriend I used to go out with, and she used to have this on her, and I thought it smelled wonderful. But that's her. And subsequently, I used this for a couple of years, and then kind of like stopped. Yeah. Old Spice. Excuse me. Oh, okay, that's nice. Aqua Vera? No, no, Francis not. Some what's the brand? God, it's like a bullet shape. And I remember the bottle is brown in color. Yeah, it's a very distinct smell in it. A very distinct scent. Yesterday I found a cap of him in a case. He's gone for decades, but this thing still smells like him. Yeah. Our mean school principal wore Brute. Yes, the scent of men. I remember Brute. Oh man, those are good old days, right? Sometimes, I would sit down and I would think about how time passes, like really fast, really, really fast, and to think that I've that I've been through all that I've been through for like ever since I started music, like when I was in my early 20s, 23 years old. Now I'm 60 years old, so all the years that passes is like a blur, but there are many good times and good periods where I can always remember. Yeah, I remember my first relationship with a girl, a serious relationship with a girl. You probably remember all those. The first night you get laid. You remember those. The first time that you played in a professional band. The first time you played in a concert. My first recording session. Can I remember that? Yes, I do remember my first recording session. And the first time you play in front of a 70,000 crowd. All these little things, it kind of like make a dent in your psychic, like in your life, in the spirit, man. And you sometimes you come back to it and go like, you reminisce, right? But the thing about it is like, just like that, 40 years, it just, and you go like, wow, that's the amount of time that we have on Earth. This limited time on Earth, like we have. Some of us might grow up to, might grow old, like and might grow up to about 100 years old or even more. Some of us might, not even reach that. But to know that our time on Earth is limited. Some of you guys are probably young. Some of you are older than me. But I guess you can probably resonate with what I'm talking about. It's like, if there is such a limited time on Earth, why don't we make the best use of it, the full use of it? If you like to do music, then go out and do it. If you like to do certain things that you want to do, might as well just do it before your time is up. And we always hear about the term bucket list. It doesn't have to be a bucket list. You just go and do it. Like, if there's certain things that you want to do, like for example, I was talking about like going to say Spain or Portugal, right? Find a chance, the earliest chance to do it, and I probably would do it. I'll probably go there with my wife, try to get a whole atmosphere. But all this have to wait until the COVID-19 pandemic, which I don't even know when it's going to end. But what I'm trying to say is that we have limited time on Earth, so try to do what you can. You know, even if you're young. If you say I want to learn how to play guitar, I want to learn how to play slide. Like my one of my things that I want to do was to pick up lap steel or pedal steel guitar. But for me to get a pedal steel guitar will be a chore unless yeah. And I need someone to teach me, which I have a teacher because I can get Leonard to teach me. Leonard is still around. Maybe have not gone to bed yet. Yeah, so there's something to think about, right? So some food for thought. For men who don't have to try too hard, was that Old Spice catchphrase? I thought that was for Brute. Hi, Dave. How are you, Dave? Yeah, time passes way too fast. Yeah. What song got you late? I don't know. I don't know. I met this waitress in a club. That was the first time I got late. I met this waitress in the club. My first gig, my first professional gig in a band, and we hit it up. Yeah, I don't know what songs that got me late. I wasn't singing a whole lot. I was just playing guitar. Dave, John, I used the wrong adapters for the Megatramp, so I'm redoing it with the American adapters. The dealer said I'll need the Asian adapters, so I used them, but it's not right. Not a good grip. All right. Yeah, I figured that because I used the Asian, I used the American adapters actually, so it worked for me. Yeah, so you might just try them. I always thought the Asian adapter was kind of bigger than the American adapters, but it wasn't the case. So yeah, it's always good to kind of like try, experiment. Going to can't forget my first relationship. She's still my wife. That's nice. All right. Oh wow, going to. I'm impressed. You met at the age of 14. Now both of you at 62. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, brother. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. Orion, don't they go by in a blink? Yeah. I love that. I love that movie, Joe Black. Yeah. I love that movie a lot. It's got all my favorite actors in it. You know, Anthony Hopkins, Brad Pitt. Even the girl, I forgot her name. She's so beautiful. Forgot her name. Yeah. She was great in that show. Ian, we are here for a good time, not a long time. You're right. You're right. Roland, I've been wanting another stretch style guitar. Every time you pull your orange Schecter, I drool. Have you tried to review the Sterling by Music Man Cutlass? No, I'm not. Because no one would send any of the Music Man to me to review. So I'm still waiting. T. Jackson, what's up, Jonathan? God is still on the throne. Oh, amen. He is. Always. Ooh, Uncle John Idol. Just got home from the dealer. I'm doing it now. Cool. Okay. Take your time, Dave. Don't rush into it. I'm gonna redo my Jack Fowler too, because my Jack Fowler has very different setup. Like I said, you know, I think I need to raise up the bass plate just a little bit. So I'm thinking like how to do this. But I'll only do it when I'm changing strings and when my volume knob comes in, my metal top hat comes in, and I would do that and change my string at the same time. Yeah. Orion, I'm inspired now to record original music. Claire Fernandi, yes. Great looking woman. Yeah, she looked really good in that movie. Yeah. Hi, Jace. Have you just got home from doing your photography at night? Android. I know about Android. I don't use Android. Um, I can't help you here, Orion. Maybe some of you guys can, because if you guys are using Android, you might want to help him out. I'm using Apple iPhone, so yeah. And I don't even record. Well, Apple has GarageBand, so yeah, that's an upper. Yeah. What? I'm not calling you out. You take really nice photos, and I saw a couple of them. They're really nice. And you're right. Your girlfriend looks really good in most of the photos as a model. She has a unique look, you know. Oh, good lord. No, I don't. In case you don't know, I can read or write. I mean, I can read, but can't really write music. BandLab, yeah, BandLab, yes, BandLab has some nice ones, yeah. Dave, I enjoy it. I'm taking my time. Yes, I saw Wayne had to route out the check follow, but why do you want to redo it? Well, not the routing though. I need to kind of like lift up that base plate just a little bit, because right now, the way I had it set on my jack follower, the individual saddles are like at their maximum, because I have to bring them up. You know, because the jack follower is a different guitar from the Nick Johnston. Nick Johnston has the what you call that, roasted maple neck. The jack follower has the what you call that, the ebony fretboard. So I don't know what they do with the neck setting and all, but somehow I would need to bring up the action of the bass plate just a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. And there's no way I can do that. And I'm stuck with that current situation, which works, by the way. I mean, I love how it plays right now, because it doesn't go out of tune. You know, so I'm just exploring certain possibilities and trying to improve it further. You know. Keith Merrow, yeah, Keith Merrow is nice, isn't it? Nice guitar, beautiful made. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. You know, the Koreans really know how to do it. You know, they're improving leaps and bounds. Right, gents. You know what? I gotta call it a night. You guys got any prayer requests so that we can just pray together? No, I saw some of the Kaizo or Kiesel guitars on Instagram, and they're really nice looking guitars. Yeah, I don't think anybody is bringing in Kaizo guitars from in Singapore. You know. Orion, how long do you have? Like, you know, how long do you have to be in school, or whatever you're doing right now? You're in a uni, right? You're in university, right? How long more? Prosperity. I'm gonna hang out with you and all the lovely people in chat. Prayers to you and your wonderful family. Yeah, thank you, Ian. All right, since there's no prayer requests, you know what? Prayer requests, right? So that you can let me know and then we can pray together. But since there's no prayer requests, oh, you're done with school now. Cool. Are you at work or have you started working or what are you doing right now? My NG is ebony too. Wow. Oh, you're. Oh, wait, you had a green one, right? And the saddles are adjusted pretty high for action. We'll see if there's any difference after redoing. All right. Okay. Right, Esther. Good night. Okay, so I'm gonna end this off with a prayer. So yeah, here we go. Thank you, Jesus, for tonight. I thank you for my brothers and sisters who has taken the time out to hang around with me. I just pray that Lord, that you'll watch over each and every one of them. That your presence will be with them wherever they go. You watch their coming in and going out, and grant them protection, Lord, especially in these trying times. I also pray that Lord, that in any situation, that Lord, that you will find a way out for them to be a solution for any of the difficulties. The Lord, that you will solve the problems for them. I also pray that Lord, you watch over our health and our family's health. Watch over us, oh Lord. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. All right, Albert. Good night. And bye, Francis. You take care. Ian. Good night. Have a happy dinner. Have a wonderful dinner. Oh wow, Brian. I'm happy. What's her name, Brian? What's her name? Oren. Yes, helping out with the family business. Cool. Thank you, Francis. You take care. You take care. You have a great weekend. Going to thank you for your time and work, and your time is precious. Spend time with you and your wonderful community. Thank it, going to thank it. Brianna, okay. All right, Lord, I pray for Brianna, the Lord, as she accept you as her Lord and Savior, the Lord, that you will watch over her too, and that you will give her good guidance from good, dependable teachers, men and women of God, to teach her and to guide her. I'll pray for Brian too, the Lord, that he will lead by example, the Lord, that he will be a sort of a mentor to her own daughter, to his own daughter. I also pray that, Lord, that you watch over the spiritual walk of Brianna, and that you watch over her and protect her, Lord. I thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, Dave. You take care, Dave. Have fun. Have fun. Take your time. All right, guys. I'll see you, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks' time, because like I said in one of my videos, I'll be pretty tied up in work. So, yeah, expect to see less videos, well, not a whole lot less, but pretty much less, I guess. And please take care of yourself, stay safe, right, and watch your surrounding, especially for you guys who live in North America. Watch your surroundings. So it's not just with pandemic that are killing people, there are people killing people. So stay safe and watch over yourself, and may God bless you, may God keep you always in his sight and in his presence, right? Take care. Bye. Bye, Bear. I miss Tucson.